just wanted to do a little live video and just say hi to everybody. And yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm going to say. I just wanted to do a little video and say hello to everyone, and maybe let's take some breaths and do a couple of minutes meditation. I don't know how you're all feeling. There's been a lot going on the last 24 hours, and there's a full moon approaching, and Facebook is kind of full of all kinds of emotions and lots of things going on, really, generally. And hi Mandy, how are you? Beautiful. Long time no speak. It's lovely. I love the fact that you can connect with people that you've not spoken to for ages on these live videos. So yeah, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought now. Yeah, let's just take a few minutes and do a couple of minutes meditation. I'm sure you're all feeling like you need just a few breaths and space, and just to connect to what's happening here now. As I mentioned before, there's a lot going on just generally in the world and in people's minds, because there's so many distractions happening right now. It's very hard for people to just be in the moment and be present with what's happening. Everyone's concerned about, well, the future and various other things, and of course the future never comes. The future is always now when it's here, so let's be here now and just celebrate a few moments of peace and quiet. So if you want to take some deep breaths with me, just breathe into your belly through the nose. Push the belly out as you breathe in, and as you breathe out, push the belly in. So we'll just do a few more breaths. As you breathe in, bringing the air right down into your belly, and as you breathe out, taking all the air out. Just doing some gentle breathing exercises. As soon as we connect with the breath, it brings us to the present moment, to now. And if there are any of you out there feeling stressed, this is something that I've shared before, and I'm sure many other people have shared it too, but it was actually downloaded to me in the middle of the night last year, or whenever it was, I can't remember exactly now, and it's breathing in through the right nostril and breathing out through the left nostril. So you can follow me and take a deep breath in. There will be an increase in the amount of air that you can take into your lungs as you do this, so follow me, breathing in through the right nostril. And just do that as long as you feel you need to. It's incredibly calming and balancing for the body and the mind. And you'll notice straight away that there's a calmness and a focus that happens through breathing in that way. Yeah, I'm just sharing some things to keep us centered and keep us grounded in these turbulent times that we're living in, because there is so much going on around us all the time, and it's so easy to get caught up in it. The mind just wants to really get into it and get involved in all these problems that seem to appear and create solutions for the problems, and basically send us into confusion, into a whirlpool of mind stuff. And it's so easy to get caught up in all of it, or any of it really. But what's really important is that we bring our energy and our presence to what's happening now, right this minute. And by doing that, we can see very clearly that there are no problems, in actual fact, that there are no concerns, that everything is actually perfect in this moment. If we just allow ourselves to open up to what is right here, what's right in front of us. And we also notice that there's nothing that we need. There's nothing that we need to replace, and there's nothing that we need to change. It's just about being here, now, present. Which sounds so simple and can be so complicated for so many people. It is really simple. And the first thing you can do is what I've already showed you, is connect with the breath. And then do the connection with the breath, and then do the breathing through the nose. And just notice where your attention is, what your attention is on. Is it on some idea of a future? Is it on something that may or may not be happening? Are you worried about anything or concerned about anything? Yes, of course, it's good that we take action, but it's also really important that we remain where all of our energy is, where the source of creation is, which is right here, right now. It's not in any ideas or anything that hasn't even happened. This is the other thing, so many people get involved in all the, Facebook is a great example of all the conversations that are going on, and get their minds just get into everything, and then we're talking about things that haven't even happened, that may never happen, and worrying and concerning and getting stressed out about things that haven't happened and may never happen. And what we have to remember is that whatever is actually happening is perfect, no matter how crazy it looks, no matter how insane it looks. There is perfection in everything. Perfection. And this is why in these turbulent times it's so important that we remain centered, that we remain with presence, that we don't keep looking outside ourselves and focusing all our attention on all these things that are going on, that actually, yes, we can get involved, but ultimately it's not under our control. We may have an idea that it might be under our control, that we have some control over what happens, but actually there's a great plan that's always happening, whether we take part in it or not, and so we can actually just let go and go with the flow. And what we'll find when we do that is that the action that we take is actually very empowered action, because we're coming from a place of knowing, of truth, and not from a place of distortion, illusion, disillusion, confusion, anger, and all the rest of it that I'm seeing. And there are some things that I haven't actually shared on Facebook these last few days, And I noticed it was because I just didn't want to create any more chaos that's already happening, that I'm noticing, because people are sharing their views about recent events, and everyone's got an opinion, everybody's got an idea, everybody's right, everybody's wrong, it's that whole thing yet again. And people don't seem to realise that this is a constant thing that keeps happening. And everyone's letting their minds get involved every time. It's like the dog with the bone, or the dog watching, sitting by a lake, and then all of a sudden a rabbit goes by, and the attention is just on the rabbit, not on the lake, not on the calmness, but on the chaos, on the rushing, on the whatever the distraction was. So yeah, we need to just remember that what's important is that we stay in presence, that we come from a place of love, because all this hate, arguments and, you're right, I'm wrong, and whatever else is actually futile, it's pointless. What does it do? What does it create? Does it create a loving environment for us all to live in? Not really. What do we want? More love. What do we want? Peace. Right, okay, so that starts with each one of us and the way that we treat everyone. And no matter who the Prime Minister, what your views are of them, they still need love. And if they're acting out some difficult stuff, they still need love, They're human beings. And there's a lot of pressure on them, as there always is with any leader of any country, anywhere. And who knows what they have to deal with on a day-to-day basis. We project all of our shit onto people around us sometimes. All of our beliefs, confusion, desires, ideas, constructs, conditioning, everything, gets projected onto others. And usually if somebody's like in a position of power, or I don't know, a celebrity or whatever, I mean, I don't really get into that, but just as an example, then they become targets for the way we think and feel about ourselves, and the more light that we shine, also this does attract a lot of moths. So remember that. But don't stop shining your light, and don't stop being the truth of who you are, and give that your attention moment to moment. Nothing else deserves your attention, actually. When it comes down to it, the most important thing is that you remain in presence, in the space of wisdom, truth, integrity, honesty, and living from the heart, because that is the most important place to be. There you are helping the world. You are a global beacon of light. From that place you are a beacon of light. And that's what we need more of, more beacons of light. Hi Andrea, lovely to have you here. I've watched a few of your videos. You're really brilliant. I love it. Hi Rachel. I don't know who else is here, but I'm just going to say hi to you all. Hi Ben. Hi Tony. Hi Raj. I think that's all of you. So, and again I've lost my train of thought, as is typical. Cotton wool between the ears. No, not really. Just in presence. So this is what happens. Yeah, my point really is, let's stop projecting, let's just create more love. It's a cliche, but it's the truth, We live from our hearts, we connect with others from our hearts, and we create more beauty, more love in this beautiful world that we live in. And the more we do that, the more we tune into that, the more others will do that too. And this is the thing, then we become examples, living examples of love and of light and of peace. And we have an influence. It might be subtle influence, it might be very powerful influence, but we radiate that and we share that with everybody that we come into contact with. And that's really important, that we can be that. So my point is, stop hating everybody, stop hating each other, stop arguing with each other about stupid stuff that's all come from the mind, you know. Let's be a place of love, a space of compassion for each other and ourselves, and let's just give up this arguing. How is there ever going to be any world peace if everyone argues about the stupidest things? Let's make allowances for each other, that we don't all think the same way. But also realise that all the way that you think is coming from this identification with the mind and the body. And that in itself is an illusion. And sure, you know, we live in this world that appears incredibly real, and in some senses it is, but in the ultimate truth, there's nothing is ever happening, nothing ever happened, nothing will ever happen, and nothing can happen to you, the essential part of your nature. Nothing can destroy it, can change it, can harm it. And you are perfection right here, right now. There's nothing you need to change. You just need to realize this, and realize your truth and yourself. Realize yourself. Realize that you are the self. And a great part of this beautiful divine universe that we're all sharing. And I know lots of people have probably said all of what I've just said, but you know, we forget as soon as there's some drama playing out in the world, in whatever way it takes its form, there's a real tendency for everyone to get stuck into that drama and create more, and stress and worry and all the rest of it. And like I said, the most important thing we can do is come back to the silence in our own being, because that's actually the most helpful. That helps to quieten the craziness, the drama on a global scale. If we could all meditate together, you know, it would make a massive difference. In fact, I might start my morning meditations again, so that I can encourage you guys to do it. And it also, of course, it encourages me as well, because whenever I'm sharing all this stuff, I'm always learning too. The learning never ends in this body. And learning to embody the, you know, our higher nature, our spirit, the truth of who we are, our divine self, is takes lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. But when we have that realization, then it's happening now. Because of course there is no time, not in the ultimate reality. There's no time, no space, everything's here, happening all at the same time. And this is what I mean, you know, everything's already played out in the world. Every possible combination of anything is already playing out, just on a different frequency, a different vibration, a different dimension, essentially. As we are multi-dimensional beings. So we are tuning into all those frequencies as well, which is another reason why it's so important to stay present and allow whatever comes up in the body to just be, and not to attempt to run away from any pain, or to actually be able to sit with how we feel in any moment is such a gift, because whatever is going on in the body is always bringing our attention back to what's real. But so many people miss this stuff because they're functioning from a very busy mind, and thoughts come and go, but it's whether we want to serve them tea and sit them down at the table and give them the time of day, you know. You could really go into it with thoughts that you can get very caught up in all kinds of random stuff that's not particularly helpful. This is only going to be a short video. I don't know how long that's been now, but much love to you all, and really lovely to share this space with you all this evening. Remember to meditate, and that life actually is a meditation when we let go. We learn to let go of the conditioning and the identification with the mind. Then life truly does become a meditation, and every moment is a possibility for a deeper realization of the truth. We are awakening now. It's such a blessing. And if you're watching this, I know you are too. I know you are. Much love, many blessings. Have a beautiful evening. Namaste. I'm sending love from my heart to yours.